Well, hello there. I hope you're all enjoying Mirage. I know I certainly am. Throwing knives are definitely my new favourite thing. In fairness, I always wanted them to be in Valhalla, along with throwing axes and spears as tools we could use. But, well, I'm Pedder, and I spent the last 2.5 years or so working with Andy Reloads, digging through the data in AC Valhalla to find out what was coming to the game. Leaks, data mining, or whatever you want to call it. And I'll be doing the same for Mirage, but obviously with no story spoilers. The game world looks fantastic. I'm loving the quality of the outfits and the like. I'm really glad I paid for the Sands of Time deluxe stuff. The particle effects are great on the weapons and the talisman, even if I don't particularly love the greased up Basim look. You may have noticed on first launching Mirage that Ubisoft specifically asked people to be mindful of spoilers, and that's always something we certainly did at Andy Reloads. However, we've also noticed that there's a stay tuned for new adventures, which is kind of intriguing. I have actually found some new content, and you've probably noticed that I was mindful to hide that content in the thumbnail, in case someone doesn't want to know what I found in the data. Still here? Cool. Okay, hopefully you know the score. There will be spoilers, there will be swearing, and I will be drinking. So first up we have what appears to be a Twitch drop, or possibly an Amazon Prime drop, for the Guardian pack, which features a costume and a Mesopotamian mount. Pretty well made, and I love the quality of the textures. The description for the pack in the data is: keep the secrets of the first civilization deeply buried in the sand by dressing yourself as a guardian of the old temple. There's not a hell of a lot to say about the actual pack itself. I mean, it looks really good, and as it's a cosmetic only, there's not really much else you can do. There's no perks to examine, so I'm just going to leave you to enjoy the view for a little while. There is one kind of unique thing that I noticed with it is, because you have a full face helmet, you do get a rather funky little Darth Vader type voice effect. Listen to this. Greetings. So there you have it. There's the Guardian pack. I don't know about you, but I certainly won't get tired of taking photos around the desert anytime soon. If you saw my previous video, you would have noted that I had mentioned I'd be covering something called Pedder's Peaks, where we take a look at things that were in the data that we found in Valhalla. And again, we're doing the same kind of thing here for Mirage. So last year we confirmed the rumours that Mirage, or codename Rift as it was back then, would actually be set in Baghdad. Here's an example of the sort of thing I found and then sent to Andy in order to sprinkle his trademark glitter over it. The dev team would have used Valhalla to test some aspects of Mirage, including game mechanics, so we could actually confirm the emphasis on parkour, stealth, assassination, and a return to more widespread social blending, etc. Also, knowing the period that Mirage would be set in would allow us to take a guess at some of the historical events and characters that we may encounter in the finished game. And so far, they seem to be doing a pretty good job, so well done, Bodo. As for the next gear, again, I'm not sure if it will be a cash buy or UB points or possibly even some kind of giveaway. I'm assuming it's one pack, or they could be individual. I couldn't confirm this, unfortunately, in the data. So in case you were missing Valhalla, you may know I'm a big fan of that game. We have the Eivor armour, which is listed as the garments worn by Eivor Wolf-Kissed of the Raven clan, a Norse warrior who would come to bear a hidden blade. Specifically, it's the iconic variation on the level 2 Raven clan outfit. It may actually just be me, but I do think the outfit actually looks better somehow in Mirage than it does in Valhalla. There's also a nicely detailed talisman, which is described as: the talisman is of foreign origins, featuring birds unfamiliar to these shores. It was likely born by a traveller from a distant land. We also seem to get a crow as our eagle skin, with the reference being that the raven appears in the mythologies of many ancient cultures. In Norse mythology, they were the eyes and ears of Odin. Each day they would fly out to bring him news of Midgard. And another Valhalla throwback, we have Basim's sword from that game that came as a nice little freebie, described as Basim's weapon from his later years in England, and it does obviously go nicely with Basim's Valhalla outfit too. Perks-wise, it's difficult to see how effective the sword would actually be. As you can probably see from there, I was capable of assassinating the second guy anyway, so it actually only really comes in useful if you balls up, I suppose. Also, it's difficult to tell in Mirage because we don't see any enemy stats, and we don't see any perks activated icons. So I reckon I'll be picking up the Eivor outfit for old time's sake. I actually really did want Eivor to end up wandering around the globe, including the Middle East, trying to sort their head out and getting up to shenanigans before heading off to Vinland. So what do you think of the gear packs so far for Mirage? I have to admit I quite like them. The quality of the design and the textures are really good. The base game gear is mostly pretty grounded in the actual period that it's set, and dyeing options are very welcome. Obviously, it seems unlikely we're going to be drowning in gear packs like in Valhalla, as the game is unlikely to be supported for 2 years, which is just as well as we have no Redder equivalent to pick up some bits and pieces from, even though...
You go on, I'll still be...
annoying as fuck. So I'll keep staying through the date and let you know what fun stuff I find. Obviously story spoiler free, and please do give me a like and a sub if you want to know more, including my thoughts on Valhalla and what I would have liked to have seen in that game, which again I did really like. Cheers.